Hello everyone and welcome to another class of Amazon Route 53. Today in this class we are going to discuss about some more concepts which are there in Route 53. So DNS concepts include a liast resource record set, authoritative name servers, resource record set, that means DNS record. We have reusable deletion set, subdomain and time to live. IP addresses, name servers, private DNS, DNS query, DNS resolver, DNS and hosted zone. So let's discuss about these. So very first we have a liast resource set. So basically it is a type of resource record set that we can create or it is created by a user with Amazon Route 53. So why? To route the traffic from your resources like AWS resources, like we have CloudFront distribution and we have S3 buckets. So from CloudFront distribution or S3 buckets, user, it is a type of resource set which is created by user so that it can route the traffic from these resources. So the resource set we call it liast resource set. Then we have authoritative name server. Basically, it is a server that has definite information about one part of the DNS. For example, an authoritative name server of .com TLD knows the name of name servers for every registered .com domain, and it responds to request from DNS resolver by returning the application information. DNS query. Query is basically a request submitted by a device such as computer or any smartphone to the domain name system for a resource that is associated. For example, when user opens a browser and types domain name in the address bar, the response to DNS query typically in an IP address which is associated with that resource, such as any web server. Then we have DNS resolver. It is also known as recursive name server because it sends requests to sequence of all authoritative DNS name servers until it gets a response. Now, for example, when we open a browser and type a domain name in the address bar, our query goes to DNS resolver. This resolver will communicate with DNS name server to get the IP address for the corresponding resource like any web server. Then we have domain name system. It translates basically easily understood names, suppose telcoma.com, into numbers. Numbers we call it as IP addresses that allows computers to find each other on the internet. DNS is a worldwide network of servers that connects computers, smartphones, tablets and other IP enabled devices so that they can communicate with one another. Next we have hosted zone. It is a collection of resource record sets hosted by Amazon Route 53. So it is basically a container for resource record set which includes information about how user wants to route traffic and its subdomains also. Like for example, the hosted zone for any telcoma.com, it includes a resource record set that has information about routing traffic to web server according to IP address. And resource record set has all the information about routing any information for telcoma.com to mail servers. Then we have name server. These are the server in the DNS that helps to translate DNS into IP addresses. Name servers are either recursive name servers, which we call as DNS resolver, or authoritative name servers. Private DNS. It is a local version of DNS. Basically, that lets user to route traffic to a domain and its subdomains. Resource record sets. This is basically an object in hosted zone that we use to define how to route traffic. Reusable delegation set. It is a set of 4 authoritative name servers which are associated with hosted zone. We have subdomain. For example, if we register the domain name, suppose example.com, then www.example.com is a subdomain. If you create a hosted zone, suppose accounting.example.com, then settle.accounting.example.com is a subdomain that is attached with our domain name, is a subdomain. Next we have time to live. TTL basically indicates the amount of time in seconds that a user wants a DNS resolver to store the values of resource record sets before submitting another request. So basically, if the DNS resolver receives request from the domain before TTL expire, it returns the cache value. So this is basically the time to live, which indicates the amount of time in seconds. So these are concepts in Amazon Route 53 that we have discussed. Thank you so much.